Welcome to the Astro Weekly Forecast for the week of January 8th through to the 14th. This is a big week. We have a new moon, we have some planets changing signs, and we still are under this kind of fuzzy energy of Mercury post retrograde, post shade, if you will. And we start off the week with Mercury square to Neptune, which is very murky, right? So first of all, the moon is in the fourth quarter phase of the light. So it is losing light. We call this the balsamic phase, where now it's kind of in this kind of dark time of the moon, and it's in Sagittarius. So we're very upbeat, we're very, excited, adventurous, but we might not have a lot of energy, right? Because it's a dark time of the moon. So you might be kind of tired, you're back in it, starting work on this day. If you already working last week, I understand. And a lot of people might have taken that first week off and are back to work this week. So this is kind of like the first, I think, week where we're all in, kind of thing. And so with this Monday, January 8th energy, we have Mercury square to Neptune. So Mercury is our mind, our thought processing, and still in Sagittarius. We're moving through the last degrees of Sagittarius, which are those post-retro shade degrees still. So we're gleaning a lot of inspiration ideas. We're refining our manifestation. We're getting kind of clear on what we want, what we don't want from last year. More of, now is going to be the test of, are you really truly living in alignment with the person that you want to be this year? And so, going back to the gym, eating right, planning your foods and meals, more play, whatever it is that you're kind of setting the intention for, the word of the year, if you've created one, are you living in alignment? The test is here. The test is coming actually with the new moon in Capricorn. You're going to really be tested with that. So now, are you living in alignment with that? So this Mercury is the mind in Sagittarius, square to Neptune in Pisces. Neptune in Pisces is the fog, it's spirituality, it's a thing that we can't, je ne sais quoi is the word that came to mind, which is kind of words that came to mind, which is really about, like, we can't put our finger on it, right? It's that kind of spirit, energy of the divine, empathy, compassion, love, it's wonderful. It's a wonderful energy when it's not square. But when it's in a square aspect, we are now feeling like we can't see our way through yet. And that is okay. We are not yet outside of the shade. So don't worry. If you can't see the path forward, or you're like, I don't know what I want to manifest. Not maybe like that, but if you feel like that, it's okay. It's okay. You're not alone. It's not the energy yet to be going forward with, like, charging into the wild blue yonder, even though that Mercury in Sagittarius is charging into the wild blue yonder energy. That's square to Neptune and saying, it's not time yet, my friends. It's not time yet. So it's okay. It's okay if you feel like that. And this murkiness is telling you not to make big decisions. Definitely be careful who you are speaking to about what, right? This is that energy that you can send the text that you're, gossiping about to the person you're gossiping about. I call that atonement. And where, what you are saying can be misconstrued. There can be a lot of jumping to conclusions at this time, and there's not a lot of clarity at this time. So not a good time to make big investment changes, to have big conversations with people, to try to clear up misunderstandings. I mean, you could try, but even your writing things down might get misunderstood. So amid potential confusion, heightened intuition becomes prominent during this alignment. However, there might be also a risk of misunderstandings and misinformation. Really be careful of what you are taking as truth, where you are hearing truth from, and checking out the sources of information. Like, I will Google something that I hear or see and see what I can find about it from a number of sources. And I also look for trusted sources like universities, like journals that are, peer reviewed, things like that, right? Really looking to the source of things. And then I also recognize in my accountability that I am not the expert. I want to be, in everything, such as life as a Virgo. And I'm not the expert in everything. And so can I defer to experts, or can I make my own choices and decisions with really good information? And can I be open to good information, even when it conflicts with what I might be feeling within? Right? Ooh, ooh. So Quite interesting. So it encourages individuals to seek clarity through creative endeavors, introspection, and careful analysis, and before making significant decisions. So now is not the time. You might not feel clarity in your decision making. Of course, your own personal astrology might shift that a little bit. That's okay, right? Go with what feels aligned for you. But I would say, as an astrologer, not a great time to make any big moves, and a great time for creativity. Great time for psychicness. Great time to really tap into, doing a retreat, doing healing. This is a great healing energy. Therapy, great for therapy. On Tuesday, January 9th, we have the sun trine to Uranus. Now, Uranus is retrograde in Taurus, so he's breaking up our notions of what we hold as values, what we are doing with regards to traditionally holding values in that area, and now helping us to see that our values, the thing that we value most, can shift. Right, it's that retrograde action. It's breaking up our old resources, bringing to light things that we might not have seen otherwise. Right, retrograde is more introspection around Taurus, which is value, money, values, money, land, resources, climate. The Earth's resources, things like that, things that last the test of time. Taurus is also sensuality, caring, the home. Things that we call mind is considered Taurus. The preview of Taurus. So this is going to encourage us to embrace change and individuality. Uranus is also individuality. It supports innovative thinking, exploration of new perspectives, inventive problem solving, and it invites individuals to break free from routine, embrace uniqueness, and seek fresh approaches to old issues. This is great for problem solving, great for the word is sourcing ingenious ideas, great for inventions. So I think there's going to be some really cool technology. Uranus also rules like innovation and technology. We might see some new technologies emerge at this time. So it's it's gonna be exciting to see what comes to light at this time. And then also on this day, we have Mars sextile to Saturn, and this is going to be in play during the new moon as well. So Mars is the energy of it's our purpose, our passion, our motivation, our desire, our drive. It's also the way we have sex. And so when it's sextile to Saturn, we want to be responsible. We are encouraged to be disciplined and practical in our pursuits. This aspect supports methodical work and systematic approach to achieving goals. It reinforces the importance of diligence, perseverance, and responsible efforts in pursuing ambitions for lasting success. Yes, because remember, Mars is in Capricorn. So these two are great energy for getting things done. You got a big to-do list, you're back to work, or you want to clean up the house, or you want to be responsible in some way and do the things. Good energy for today. But that sun trine to Uranus is that you got to be open to ingenious things coming your way, and your organized agenda might not go according to plan on this day. But what will come up will be amazing and better than you thought. So this is great energy. And this energy is then taking us into Thursday, which is the new moon at 20 degrees of Capricorn. So if you know where 20 degrees of Capricorn is in your chart, you can look there. And this is a new beginning in that area. So when the sun and the moon come together at the exact same degree, that happens every 28 and a half, 29 days, depending on where you kind of count from. And at that time, it is a brilliant new beginning in that sign. And there is a 6-month kind of, I'm going to say, cycle. So from 6 months from this day, which is going to be not exactly from the day because things kind of don't move in the exact same linear fashion. On June 21st will be our next full moon in Capricorn. So any intentions set today, I would say put on your calendar for June 21st, 2024, and see how this cycle is playing out in your life. So Capricorn is about responsibility, discipline, structure, father time, being an authority figure, mentors, people who hold powerful positions, kind of policies and procedures that last the test of time, government, patriarchy, right? Male figures are considered Capricorn. And so, the opposite of Capricorn is Cancer, by the way. Cancer is about the home, it's the matriarch, it's mother, nurturing, intuition, emotions, being. So, we kind of consider this the divine feminine and the divine masculine axis. So, we need both here, okay? So, I don't want you to be like, I gotta take authority. Don't forget about the emotions too, right? We need both. That's why I love astrology. It shows us that balance of the two. We can't just be all in the doing without forgetting the being. The being must come first, right? If we don't know how we want to feel, then we're just chasing something, right? I love, I always like to ask, well, how do you want to feel? Right? We're so, oh, I didn't get this thing and this didn't come together. So yeah, but how do you want to feel? You want to feel joyful? You want to be easeful? And I love it because I can't predict what they want to feel. That comes from within, that comes from inside, right? The mind tells us how we want to do, but our heart, our soul tells us who we want to be, how we want to feel, right? So we got to feel that. So, this new moon at 20 degrees of Capricorn signifies a period of setting intentions related to long term achievements and building solid foundations. It encourages a disciplined and structured approach, urging individuals to lay the groundwork for future endeavors. So, this is a great time to set your intention about responsible, sturdy, steady growth. Where do you want to grow into? What is your purpose, your passion, your mission? What part of your life talks about self-mastery? What do you want to be the master of in your life? What's your expert status? Where do you want that to be in your life? Where do you don't feel like you're the authority in your life? Because, my friends, there is a huge aspect to making this new moon extremely potent and sensitive. Not only is in the opposite sign of Cancer, it is also at this time square almost exactly to the degree the North Node. It is exact to the degree of North Node in Aries. So the North Node is our karmic destiny, and Aries is about our authority, our mission, our own spark of divinity, the reason why we came here, our reason for being Aries. That spark of life, right? The initiator, the bold, courageous pioneer. That's Aries energy. So the North Node is in Aries right now, meaning that this is time for the collective. We are all moving to create something new. We are pioneering, we are bold, we are traversing new ground that we haven't before. Aries also rules war. So we are seeing a destabilizing in our global relationships, demographics, the ways that we connect with each other. And what's adding a little bit more spice to this is that Chiron, the wounded healer, also in Aries. So what do you need to heal so that you can feel like you have something to contribute, that your individuality is important, that you can take up space? Who told you you're not allowed to take up space? Who told you you can't have wants? Who told you that you're not a leader? Right? There's somewhere along the way. I mean, can we all be leaders? Yes, in our own right. In our own right. We need the leader garbage man. We need the leader politician. We need the leader mama, right? We need the people who are going to lead us. And it's going to be in all aspects of society, right? So when we abdicate our authority to someone else, we look to someone else to tell us what to do. That is the opposite of Aries. That is actually Libra. We want to be in relationships with other people. So we sacrifice our own individuality to be in harmony with others. And we need both. We can't just have one or the other because it's toxic to just have one or the other. We need to have the individuality so we don't lose ourselves in relationships. And we need to have the relationships because we're here to connect. We are here to survive as a society, right? So we need both. It's not one or the other. One is not better than the other. We need each other, right? So in this square to the North Node, there is going to be some conflict. There's going to be, so within, as within, so without. So the world is a reflection of us. So we are going to feel like there's something within us, the Capricorn-ness, right, that we have subscribed to, systems, structures, old ways of doing things that are no longer aligned with where we want to go as a collective and within us, right? So maybe there's something that's expected of you. The walls of, I actually channeled this right before I was writing down my notes, the walls of inauthenticity will fall. because Aries is about authenticity, being your true self. And I got this vision of us being the true nature of people that are on screens, that are on the TV, that are on YouTube, that are on podcasts. We're going to see their true self being exposed in some way. Or we can see authoritarian regimes, Capricorn, being exposed for their inauthenticity. Chiron in Aries conjunct the North Node, right? We're going to see things as they are. And the healing for the collective is that, can we recognize this inauthenticity? Can we see how it's contributed to us seeing power outside of ourselves? And can we now choose to maybe overthrow, maybe reinvent, maybe see things in a new way, even within ourselves, right? Systems will fall this year and the coming year. And where do you sit in that? Right. I'm actually kind of excited about that, because what's going to replace it? Like, when you look at these babies' charts that are coming into this world, they are powerful, right? They're coming in with, like, especially babies that are being born kind of peppered through the last year or 2 years. There's a Pluto at the 0 degrees of Aquarius. These babies 20 years, 30, 40 years from now are going to be truly ushering the age of Aquarius, doing things differently, humanitarian based, more about the community and everyone benefiting from the decisions and the ways that we're using the world's resources, rather than just a select few. So there's some great things coming. I feel like this video is going to be seen in generations to come, where I'm like, I'm predicting this. I mean, it's not like I'm saying anything I don't think any other astrologers are saying, but this new moon is so potent. So it is happening at 6:57 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, or if you live in Alberta, 4:57 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. So early in the morning on January 11th. And this Chiron energy is a catalyst for growth and personal evolution through what you are healing, what you have been through, what you are saying, I'm no longer subscribing to, right? This is fiery energy in Aries, right? We're no longer subscribing to this BS, right? You are now saying, I am going to have steady, forward, initiatory growth that's going to align with my ambition of what I know I'm capable of. I'm allowed to take up space, right? So, so much I could talk about with this, but I want to keep this short. So, what are you building your intention? What are you building towards? What's your intention? Set that intention on the calendar for June 2024, and see how your intentions are taking fruit. What is happening now in your life, and how does that then flower into June? All right, on Friday, January 12th, we have Mars trine to Jupiter. This is a beautiful aspect. Mars trine to Jupiter infuses energy. So Mars is our energy, our vitality, our egoic will to move forward. It's our motivation, our passion. And Jupiter's expansion, optimism, good luck in Taurus. So this is infusing energy and confidence. This aspect requires bold actions, expansive thinking, and it presents opportunities for advancement, offering a favorable climate for taking calculated risks and pursuing ambitious goals with enthusiasm. Such a great energy for building investments, for money. Great opportunity to buy a car. You want to buy a car today, this is a good day for that. Of course, take a look at your own chart and make sure you don't buy a car on a moon void time. So moon void means when the moon is between aspects and the next sign. So when the moon makes the last aspect to the last aspect to that sign and moves into the next sign, it is considered void of course. And that void of course time, it's like the energy of the moon is not fortifying anything. It's non-existent. It's kind of in this la la land, right? We call it sort of the void of moon. And so this void of moon, when you buy something or make a big decision during that time, it doesn't have any energy behind it. It doesn't have anything good to sustain it. So you'll buy a lemon, or your event will be fraught with issues, or you'll have a vacation that's kind of like, oh, this is good, but then this one, and then the pipe broke, and then we got upgraded. But then we had, it's like all of these kind of little things that go wrong because it's not supported by the light of the moon. So whenever you make big purchases, don't buy it on moon void, of course. If you don't know what that means, definitely you want to take my astrology class. or yeah, you can look it up. As an astrologer, I can give you your moon void, of course, times as well if you're looking for something. Um, I've been trying to gatekeep my time more, so message me if you want to know about you're making a big purchase, and I'll quote you a price and we'll figure it out. Something that's like $50 or something like that, just for my time to look it up and give you times that feel aligned. Or you can just trust your intuition. Also potent. All right, Saturday, January 13th, we have Mercury moving into Capricorn. Oh, this is good because it's grounding this energy. Now, I also want to say at the time of the new moon in Capricorn, we have 6 planets in Capricorn. 6. So now we'll have 7. So there's a lot of Capricorn energy. So Capricorn, or sorry, Earth energy, not Capricorn energy, because we do have Uranus and I can't remember another planet in Taurus. So we have this energy of Earth really coming in here for the latter part of January. And this is going to feel very slow, methodical, grounded, practical. We are going to get more serious about what we want, why we want it, and how to create it. And that's why I made the vision board workshop on January 20th, because there's going to be this fortifying nature now of what we've been through over the last 2 months, of the last year, let's be honest. And now we're very clear in our path forward, our mastery of self, what we want to create, and let's go. Let's go. Because Capricorn energy is initiatory. It's a cardinal sign. So it's one of the signs that starts the season. So it's like, let's go. We don't have time for this nonsense. Either you're on the bus or you're under the bus, right? Let's go. So Mercury in Capricorn happening on January 13th. We've been here before, my friends. We've been here before. So December 2nd, Mercury moved into Capricorn. And then December 23rd, Mercury moved out of Capricorn retrograde. And now Mercury's moving back into Capricorn on the 13th. So what do you notice that all these dates have in common? Something to pay attention to in your life. December 2nd, December 23rd, and then January 13th. You're going to be able to predict something or see a theme of something that was brought to your attention and your awareness that now is coming to fruition. It's almost like coming to a close. So you saw the lesson, you experienced it deeply in introspection, and now you get to live it again with awareness and make a new choice. So it's almost like kind of Groundhog Day, but now you get to choose to change the timeline. So what did you learn from December 2nd that you got to see a new perspective of December 23rd that you are now going to act on differently in this opportunity on January 13th? All right. And then lastly, rounding out this week, we have Sunday, January 14th, Venus in conjunct to Uranus. So this is a shakeup in relationships. It can be a shakeup in your finances. You could get an unexpected bill on this day. It can also be a fun adventure with friends. This can be unexpected experiences that bring awareness to you about what you love and value. So it can be very creative as well. So this alignment may bring unexpected shifts or disruptions to relationships and values. It prompts adaptability and flexibility in dealing with sudden changes, advocating for maintaining balance amidst unpredictability. Expect the unexpected. Yeah, I know all of you there. You're in this Capricorn season, especially. They're like, I hate man. I know, because who do you know? Like, what do you do? How do you be prepared? You know how you be prepared? Trust yourself. Trust yourself. That's it. If you trust yourself, you will know that you can handle yourself in any situation. You know how I know that is because you've done it. You got yourself here. You got yourself out of every sticky situation you've ever been in. There's so much evidence. And I know the brain loves evidence, right? So when you look back and go, I'm chill. You know what? I'll walk into situations. I don't know. I mean, I have my notes and stuff like that. Like if I'm speaking or I'm holding a workshop or I'm doing something, I like to be prepared for that because I'm holding the space. But when I'm going as a guest, I just go as myself. I just go as myself. And I don't even bring business cards, y'all, because I feel like, ugh, I don't want to, like follow me on Instagram. There you go. I will reach out. I connect with people on Instagram and Facebook too, all the time, right? You want to get to know me? Follow me on Instagram. I am an open book. I share all the things, right? So this is not the time to try to control everything. And that's the downside of all this earth energy right now, because we want to be predictable. We want to control all the things. Grounded, practical, logical, methodical. It's all for control, right? It's the downfall of every earth sign. So we're sturdy, we're reliable, but if we can't predict the outcomes, man, does that destabilize an earth sign. And as a Virgo, I'm a mutable earth sign. So that means that I can create structure and stability even in change. So I feel like that's kind of my superpower. I've often been told that I make people feel very calm. I feel like I can extend it. It's kind of like in Twilight, where she could do that shield. I feel like I can do that shield too. That's a conversation for another time. But what I'll say to you is stay flexible this week and trust yourself, okay? Because what we are going into next week, it is building to Sun conjunct Pluto, 0 degrees of Aquarius. And that is happening on Saturday, January 20th. That is a monumentous occasion that doesn't happen very often. Pluto isn't in Aquarius. It is in Aquarius every 246 years. And then to have the sun conjunct at the exact moment that Pluto goes into Aquarius, the sun is also going to be going into Aquarius. This is big energy. And it is transformation. And what just happens in transformation? Death. Right? Something has to die for something new to emerge, right? In a cocoon, we butterflies, anything that cocoons liquefies in the cocoon to come back together in a new way. So we have to disassemble or fall apart to then create something new, right? And I don't like the fall apart analogy because I don't think I fall apart. I think that's probably my earth sign talking. But what I do say is I reimagine. I come back together again. It feels like almost like a Rubik's Cube, where you're like, or like a transformer, where it feels like that. We're going to feel that energy next week, y'all. So practice your expect the unexpected, your self-belief in self, and your flexibility. That's going to come in handy for next week. So we're building towards that. So I wanted to leave you with that nugget of wisdom. It's one of the biggest aspects of 2024. We are already feeling it in January. There's more to come. If you want to learn more about the 2024 astrology aspects for the year, I highly encourage you to join my workshop, 2-hour workshop. It's pre-recorded, and you are not pre-recorded, sorry, I'm recording it live on the 19th, but you can watch it back as many times as you want, because the replay will be sent out afterwards. And if you can't make it live, no problem, you'll still have the handout and the replay to make all your notes and get all the big nuggets of wisdom and understand what this aspect is about. I'll talk about it next week as well, not as in depth as I will in that workshop, because we only have so much time, y'all. So wishing you the best week ahead ever, enjoying this new moon energy in Capricorn, setting your intentions with delicious enjoyment for what this is going to bring into your life, and then allocating your resources accordingly and stepping off. The word is setting off in the direction of your dreams. I am cheering you on. Have a great week. Thank you for being here. Bye.